is brought to you by Enjoy Responsibly and Follow Scores, UEFA Champions League, official partners. Totti, Totti.
Hello everyone, I would think for most of you watching, welcome back to the UEFA Champions League. The 15 times Kings of Europe against the continent's first champions of the Champions League era. A return to the competition for Marseille, and they're pitched it straight in, away to the club that has been its dominant force, Real Madrid's 30th consecutive season at the head of Europe's top 10. I'm Guy Mowbray, delighted to be joined by the former England international forward Sue Smith for this one. It's a great way to start our Champions League season, Sue. The Bernabeu, always special. It's delayed to get in before the game, and then we should have a good game to savour as well.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait for this one. You've got to say, notwithstanding Real Madrid probably would be favourites. They're at home. They've had a brilliant start to the season. They've obviously got real individual quality throughout the squad. But look at Marseille, maybe haven't been as consistent, but they do pose such a threat. I think deserving, great manager, likes to take risks. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they approach this one.
And we've got a new era in the Champions League for Real Madrid because it's the start for Xabi Alonso as their head coach. We got so used to seeing Carlo Ancelotti's name on the team sheet as the man in charge, but he's away with Brazil now, and it's a return for their former player, Xabi Alonso, who started work on the 1st of June, was in charge at the Club World Cup, where Madrid won 4, drew 1 and lost 1, went out to PSG in the semi-finals, and in La Liga he started with a 100% record in his first 4 games. Victories against Osasuna and Real Oviedo against Mallorca, and then on Saturday at Real Sociedad, despite being down to 10 men after just 32 minutes. Dean Howson seeing his marching orders with a pretty controversial decision. And then as soon as just a... Well, this is only the 3rd time in the last 12 seasons that they've been in the Champions League. And we've seen deserving teams with Sassuolo, and then we saw Brighton Hove Albion quite a lot in the Premier League. Marseille last season. So they won't leave here wondering. They won't just come here and sit back, because his teams do not do that.
No, they don't, which makes it really exciting, the way it's very risk, but he sees that as a high reward. You know, they'll play the ball around, they'll look to combine pressure and then try and play through teams. But like you say, he'll want to go at Real Madrid, even though he's away from home, even though he knows the quality that they've got. They have a real belief in their side. So it's going to be interesting to see, you know, how they both approach the game.
Well, here we go. The players out into the Madrid evening air. It's still pretty warm
in the Spanish capital. It's not dipped far below 30 degrees. The pitch is, of course, immaculate. The stadium looks a picture too. And then we've got some of the greatest players in the world taking the stage for our enjoyment as well. We will take a full check on the lineups for one last time before kick-off in just a few moments. But for the first time this season, let's hear the Champions League anthem at the Santiago Bernabeu. Isn't it interesting as well that the most relaxed player along the lines of both teams, the one that just looks with a little nod of his head and surveying the scene steps right on them, perfectly cool with it all, is Kylian Mbappe. Greeting between Florentino Perez and the president of Marseille, Pablo Longoria, himself a Spaniard. For Madrid, 14 changes from Saturday's win away to Real Sociedad in La Liga, with Trent Alexander-Arnold, Fede Valverde, Franco Mastantuono and Rodrigo coming in. Amongst those dropping to the bench, which has raised eyebrows, is Vinicius Junior, where he's joined by the returning Eduardo Camavinga and Jude Bellingham, both on their way from injury. The referee and his assistants are from Bosnia-Herzegovina, headed by Irfan Pelto. He was in charge of the UEFA Conference League final at the end of May. Chelsea's 4-1 win over Real Betis in Warsaw. His last Champions League game, incidentally, was the quarter-final first leg last season. Arsenal 3, Real Madrid 0. The Marseille side shows 6 changes from Friday against Lorient, with Geronimo Rulli back in goal. And first starts for the club for Emerson and Matt O'Reilly. In attack, 36-year-old Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang plays in the Champions League for the first time in nearly 3 years, and he's got a 100% record to preserve against Madrid. 7 games, score. Alberto De Zerbi was saying in his media duties yesterday that he was as excited as any player would be. Xabi Alonso looks reserved with his demeanour pre-match, but it's a big deal for him as well. His first home game in charge of the club that he played for 236 times over 5 years, winning the Champions League at the end of those 5 years in 2014. Good to go in the capital of Spain. It's Marseille in the all-blue strip who get us underway. Champions of Europe in the first ever season of the Champions League in 1993 against a team that's been champions of Europe more than any other. This is their competition.
Yeah, it really is, and you know the expectation to go and win the trophy is certainly high from a Real Madrid perspective. They won't have been happy with what happened last season, so they'll certainly want to put that right. And they've got to be one of the favourites, haven't they?
Straight away, looking to get on the attack. Trent Alexander-Arnold enjoys his first touch of the ball in the Champions League in the famous all-white kit.
No, I don't think they're going to be.
Nicely played
Drop.
through for Alvaro Carreras. And here's a chance, and it's just wide. Mbappe trying to hook it in spectacular style. It's sat up nicely for him. It was on. It just went wide.
Oh, wasn't far away. It's really good play on the left-hand side. Pereira's getting forward. You can see he gets set up, knows exactly where Mbappe is. You think the chance is gone, and then when it falls back to him, just a brilliant attempt, isn't it? You know, you see there, it just falls back at him. I think it's Hoybier, isn't it? There.
ኪሊያን ኤምባፔ ምን አይነት ሙከራ ነው ያደረገው? ፉርቢች መጀመሪያ ሙከራ 15 ጊዜ
Another misplaced pass.
ቻምፒየንስ ሊግ አሸናፊዎቹ አርዳ
Now
ጉለር
signalled onto that. This is Arda Güler, who
Arda Güler
started
አሁን
in
ላይ
prime form, the 20-year-old Messi. Well, this looks to be his proper breakthrough season for Real Madrid. Scored in the last two games.
ማስበው ሪያል ማድሪድ
He's going to start a whole lot
ያሸንፋል
more
ብዬ
this
ነው
season.
በዚህ ሰዓት ላይ።
There's Master Antonio,
አስታንቱኖ
who is brought down.
ምን
The
አይነት
youngest
ልጅ ነው
player to
ያመጡት?
start in the competition for Real
ይህ
Madrid. 18
አርጀንቲናዊ
years old, signed from River Plate.
18 ዓመት
Look at that from Rulli.
ተጫዋች
It's a bit deserving.
እርሱ
This is how
መጥቃት
his teams play. There will be chances taken. The
ምናልባት
onus is on taking
ኦሊምፒክ
the
ደ
chances that
ማርሴ
they create at this end.
መልሶ ማጥቃት ጨዋታ
Just put the brakes on.
ከባድ ነው የሚሆንባቸው። 36 ዓመቱ አጥቂ ፒየር ኦቨሪክ ኦበሜያንግ ከሪያል ማድሪድ ጋር ባደረጋቸው 7 ጨዋታዎች
Can't get in
7
behind. Trent
ግብ
Alexander-Arnold's
ማግባቱ
holding his left hamstring.
አይዘነጋም።
Less than 3 minutes in, and the referee's seen that now.
ማርሴይ ጋር
Well, this is not how
ትሬንት
he
አሌክሳንደር
envisages this
አርኖልድ
evening going.
ሃምስትሪንግ
You've got to feel for Mbappe, yeah. Obviously,
Hamstring.
Carvajal's got that position. It's a real
3
opportunity
ደቂቃዎች
for
ውስጥ
Trent
ሃምስትሪንግ
Alexander-Arnold to come in and perform straight
አሳዛኝ
away.
ነው።
You could see he grabbed that hamstring and
Well, when you do that, it usually means you're not coming back.
no,
And you might not be coming back for a few weeks.
no.
That's not cramped 3 minutes in, is it?
ስልሳ ሰባት
Trent
ፐርሰንት ሪያል
Alexander-Arnold
ማድሪድ
explains as best he can to the medical team what he thinks has happened, but
እኔ
in his heart
የማስበው
of hearts, I think
እንደዛ
he
ነው።
knows.
ሪያል ማድሪድ በሰፊ
It's
ግብ
his eyes, yeah.
ሊሸነፍ ይችላል። ትሬንት
Almost as shocked
አሌክሳንደር
as the eyes of
አርኖልድ
Hoybier when he played that in his own box and realised who he played it to.
ተመልሶ የሚመጣ አይመስልም።
It's the last person you want the
ሃምስትሪንግ
ball to fall
ይመስላል።
to.
They're not going to take any chances at all. So Danny
ዳኒ
Carvajal,
ካልቫሮ ወደ ሜዳ
who with Luka Modric off
ሊመለስ
to
ይችላል።
pastures you,
ከረጅም
I suppose is the
ጊዜያት
default grand old man
በኋላ
of Real Madrid now. And he's going to come on at the start of his quest as we look back at Mbappe's shot narrowly wide. His quest, Carvajal, to win the Champions League for a 7th time. I wonder if the stadium did that to Ruling. Put somebody on who's played in that position for Real Madrid 432 times before.
He's got so much experience, hasn't he? A real leader, bringing him back in there, but you've just got to feel for Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Fede Valverde lasted 5 minutes with the captain's armband on. Carvajal has got it now. Another pass that didn't work out, and Real Madrid trying to get him down the right now. Ruli's in the way. It nearly went in anyway. Mastantuono causing a real problem. Started at all well, and they are living dangerously and living fortunately.
Well, they could be 2-0 down, but they. And that's down to how good Real Madrid have been in terms of pressing really high and causing the problems for We knew that they could take risks and play the ball out from the back, but they just keep getting caught.
Eder Militao safety back to Courtois. Courtois gets it away from Aubameyang. Mbappe claimed he was being held by Leonardo Valverde, and that's how the referee's seen it as well.
Yeah, it's brilliant from Mastantuono. Just so well. He's so direct, so positive, and just a cheeky little flick, if you like, around really the goalkeeper. I think it's just going to go in. Just hits the post, but he's wanted a foul, but just more of them coming together.
Sure looking 18-year-old Mastantuono. 64 games for River Plate, including at the end of April. A blockbuster of a free kick from nigh on 30 yards in the Super Classico against Boca Juniors. So if he can handle the pressure of that game, he can handle the pressure of any game in Europe. Lovely stuff from Arda Güler before being brought crashing down. Free kick Madrid, who look in the mood.
He's just another class act, isn't he? Just look at his close control, his low centre of gravity. There's that opportunity again. But it's just how positive he is, gets his body and the ball across the defender. Defender anything.
Question mark again about Geronimo Rulli.
Yeah.
Near post, there should be no way through. Real Madrid finished last season losing all of their last 3 games in the Champions League. There's Rodrigo. Really makes the block, and then it's tapped back to him by Medina. There are howls for a back pass, not from Xabi Alonso, but from those in the stands. That was never an intentional pass back to the keeper.
He couldn't do anything about that. I think you just said it moments earlier. Real Madrid are in the mood. They look brilliant going forward.
And Roberto De Zerbi knows his team have got some problems to solve. They've lost their opening game in the Champions League in 6 of the last 7 times they've been in it. That's the expected result tonight. The way it's going first 8 minutes, it's looking pretty certain. Marseille won't change this. They will always play out. Got themselves a throw-in. Amidst an almighty din right around the stadium.
It's terrific.
But misplaced pass, the experience of
Rodrigo.
was at fault there. And
Rodrigo
Rodrigo's
Milanovic.
off and running.
No.
It's tame. And he had options either way.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. The ball given away again by Marseille. And
ቬኒ ጁኒየርን መጎዳት ተከትሎ
he had options to his
ሮድሪጎ
left hand, to his right, goes for the shot.
ተክቶት
To the end.
ገብቷል። በዚህ ሰዓት ላይ
Game for Rodrigo. What,
10
another mistake.
ደቂቃዎች
That time it was Emerson. Rodrigo.
ኪሊያን ኤምባፔ
And Mbappe is denied. That's a great block or maybe a great
That's
save
very
by
good.
Rulli. Defender or keeper, job done.
Yeah, but again, they're playing the ball out the back,
10
getting
ደቂቃ
caught.
ኮምፕሊት
So high for Real
domination
Madrid, and as soon as
Real
it falls
Madrid.
there, Mbappe, you think he's going to go on his right foot, doesn't, chips it onto his left foot, and you can see here, I don't know, does the defender get a block? Does the goalkeeper really just gets a strong right hand to it?
የማዘመት አርዳ ጉለር የቱርካዊ ሜሲ ብለው የሚጠሩት ተጫዋች
Another chance, but that's popped up nicely for the gloves of Rulli.
ወይሰን
It might just take a moment to breathe.
አዘመቱን በጥሩ ሁኔታ ሞክሮ
I think he needs
ነበረ።
that, doesn't he? I think it's handsome with that.
አርዳ ጉለር
The
አይነት
chance,
ተጫዋች
but it's just all Real Madrid. Marseille can't get out, can't get any sort of passage of play going.
More of the same here.
ጎበዝ
Dogbia does a little better. Aubameyang
ፒየር ኤሪክ ኦባሜያንግ
sweeps it out. Charges down the middle.
ጋቦናዊ 36 ዓመት ተጫዋች
Mason Greenwood, who's hardly had
እና
any time on the
ማሰን
ball.
ግሪንውድን
He's
ነው
done pretty well with it there.
ማንቸስተር ዩናይትድ
Effort to shoot or find somebody in the middle was smothered by
ተገባው
Pereira.
ሁኔታ አሳልፎ የሰጠው ተጫዋች ነው ግሪንውድ።
It's too much of a chase for Timothy Weah.
ብርሃንሞ how are you? What do you think about
Few
this
signs of Marseille improvement though. That's going to be a free kick.
Champions League group stage football? You think
Kondogbia
who will win?
minded doing that.
Yes,
Buys a
I
little
think
bit of time.
Real Madrid dominates the game, so we expect Real Madrid.
Can't get past Valerde.
I think
Medina.
whatever. Let's see together how the result is coming.
12 minutes, scoreless at the Bernabeu. How, we don't know. Madrid all over Marseille.
ማድሪድ በሚገባ ዶሚኔት አድርጎ እየተጫወተ ይገኛል። ሁሴን 90 ደቂቃ በማድሪድ
All these players so
ረጅም
full of
ነው
experience. Here's Emerson.
ይላሉ የማድሪድ ተጫዋቾች እንዲሁም ደጋፊዎች። ሊፈጠር ይችላል።
It's an illustrious, famous dad, George Weah. Scored the only goal of the game, the only time Real Madrid have lost at home to French opposition in European competition. PSG way back when in 1994 in the
Carreras.
quarter-final.
እንዴት ነው የሚገቡት?
Mastantuono
ማስተንቱኖ
didn't get the curl,
ሪያል ማድሪድ
but he looks as if he fits
ምን አይነት የ18
everything
ዓመት
that's on the
ተጫዋች
list
ነው
to be a
ያገኘው?
Real Madrid player.
Oh, absolutely. He's just so positive, isn't he?
እያንዳንዱ
He's
ኳስ
confident to go
ወደፊት
inside and strike with his
ብቻ ነው።
right foot with his left foot. This is
Kylian
the
Mbappe.
Mbappe opportunity when he gets
ጥሩ
it onto
የማግባት
that left foot and
ሙከራ
saving his shoulder,
ያደረገው
isn't it? The end, really.
Kylian Mbappe. He's faced Marseille many times before, with Monaco and then with PSG. His record against them, 10 goals in 16 games. Weah gets there in front of Carvajal and takes him on.
Oh,
Wasn't
መጀመሪያ
far
ሙከራ
away.
ውሃ
Positive. Excellent play from Timothy Weah.
ቲሞቲ ውሃ
Yeah, that's so much better. It's
ቲሞቲ
a
ውሃ
switch of
ልጅ
play.
ነው ይሄ ልጅ።
I think it's Matt O'Reilly that
ዳኒ
plays the
ካርቫሃል
shot and once
ሊቆጣጠረው
he's 1v1,
አልቻለም
sees what he can,
ነበረ።
comes inside onto that right foot, just drops his shoulder, looking for that far corner.
ጽድት
Just
ያለ
right,
ሙከራ
but so
ነበር
much
ቢገባለት።
more positive from Marseille.
Here with one of the most famous names in the sport, on loan from Juventus for the season. Scored in his last Champions League appearance, actually. Scored his last goal, a 3-1 defeat for Juve and PSV in February. Rodrigo pulls back. Arda Güler! Straight out, really. Every time you look up at the action, there seems to be a chance of goal.
Yeah, it does. They just find space so well. Gula, this is the chance from Weah. That far corner. Just feel that's what Marseille need to do, though. Get the ball out wide, so whether it's Greenwood on one side, Weah on the other.
And we're off again in the Champions League. What is it about this competition? We watch Liga and we watch La Liga, we watch the Bundesliga and the Premier League every week, Serie A. And somehow we get to these nights and the pace is up, the excitement is up, the quality is up, just that extra notch.
Brilliant.
Chouameni leaves it for Carreras and now Rodrigo. Into Mbappe, the flag stayed down. Referee had a look at his colleagues, now it's up. Thought he might have been. Don't be a hold back to his feet.
This is an absolute brilliant pass from Chouameni. He is offside.
It looks as though he's put a shift in already. experienced midfielder, formerly of Valencia, and Atletico Madrid, and many others. Goes in. The ref didn't see that as any sort of deliberate obstruction. Don't have to just get out of his way, however good he is.
True. Just that change of pace that he's got.
Valverde.
ስህተት
Misplaced by Weah. Could be the first of them. That was Emerson. Emerson again. Free kick mark. Aubameyang dragged to the ground. Re-signed for Marseille at the end of July.
I think it's quite clever play actually there from Valverde. I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
He's not changed direction, that's his argument in his favour, but he knew which direction he was going in to start with. The ball was irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's Medina, out of Weah. Madrid throw.
የመልስ ውርወራ ባህል ቨርዴ ረጅሙ ለኪሊያን ምባፔ
Mbappe.
Ah.
A catch out, really. He was ready for it.
ያገኘው ኳስ እያንዳንዱ ነው ወደፊት ነው የሚመጣው። ኪሊያን ምባፔ ምን አይነት ድንቅ አጥቂ!
Not a Gulen. Chouameni was just a shield
Hey,
for him,
Dickie.
keeping Dombia at bay.
ጎል
Thinking
ላስት
to win it
20
was
ሚኒት
Hojbjerg.
ኩይቤ የቶተናሙ ቬር
There are 4,000
Maybe.
Marseille fans in attendance, incidentally, and occasionally you can hear them.
ሺ የማርሴይ ደጋፊዎች ሳንቲያጎ ቤርናቤው
Hear them now.
ቹዋሜኒ ጥባት
Always travelling great number. Support Owen. Dombia.
ግሪንውድ
Carvajal's got plenty of time away and nowhere near. Looking
Fair
ግሪንውድ
play
ምን
from
አይነት
him.
ኳስ ቢሰጥ
Drives forward at the Real Madrid defence and it sees the run from Weah. Gives it to him so he can hit it first time and it's a great finish.
ማንቸስተር ዩናይትድ ይህ ልጅ መመለስ ይኖርበታል። ውያ መጀመሪያ
House and Arda
How
Güler
ሁለተኛው
discuss what
ደቂቃ
went wrong and who was to blame. Well, it
ማርሴይ
was a
አንድ ሪያል
mixture of
ማድሪድ
all sorts.
0 መሰን ግሪንውድ
I was just about to ask you, Sue, about the thoughts of Roberto De Zerbi. First 10 minutes, he looked shocked. He looked as though he was a little concerned. But things have settled since.
ማርሴይ
Now,
ሪያል
wow,
ማድሪድ
what a
ነጥብ
position
ይዞ
Marseille are in.
መውጣት ይችል
I think
ይሆን?
that's what Serbi will say. When you get opportunity against Real Madrid, you've got to take it. And
ያገኟትን አጋጣሚ በሚገባ ይጠቀሟት።
you know, yes, it's a mistake, but Greenwood was brilliant to make it.
የሆይሰን ስህተት ግሪንውድና ዊክ በሚገባ ነው ኳሱን ተጠቅመው መጣል የቻሉት። ስታንቱ ነው
Antonio. Here's Valverde.
ቫልቨርዴ
Arda Güler lets it go. Was not going to be let go.
ናይስ
Weah has the presence of mind to turn it back to
Good
goalkeeper
one.
Nuli.
ላይ ኦቨርማንግ ክላሲስ ፐርማነንት
Medina. He didn't want to risk going back to Rulli there.
Pierre
With Mbappe around.
Aubameyang.
What stumble from Rulli?
ሩሊ ተሳስቶ ነበረ።
Mastantuono was nearly onto him.
ማስታንቱኖ
Second time that's happened to him in front of his
Ah,
own goal.
yeah.
Change of boots needed.
I think was looking at his boots, isn't he? That seemed to collide both his
እድለኛ
feet.
ነው በረኛው።
Obviously, that's what De Zerbi wants from his goalkeeper, to play the ball
Mastantuono
out from the back, but that's just
ደርሶበት
now he's nearly
ነበር።
got caught.
He tripped himself up.
ስድስት ሪያል ማድሪድ እንኳን ስድስት ሙከራ ቢያደርግም ወደ ግብ መቀየር አልቻለም።
Couldn't
በአንጻሩ
get past the
አንድ
wily
የሞከረው
Pavard.
ማርሴይ አንዷን አግብቶ ተመልሷል።
And away go Marseille again. Greenwood again.
ግሪንውድ ግሪን ዊሃ
Weyer again.
ዊሃ
He's going to have
ሁለተኛ
another
ግብ
go. Courtois can only parry it.
ቱዋ
But it's returned to him by
ተረፈ።
Carvajal.
ሪያል ማድሪድ ተረፈ። ምን አይነት ድንቅ ግሪንውድና ዊሃ የሚያሳዩ
Mbappe end to end in Madrid.
ከጎል
Away from danger.
Corner in. Yeah, got up highs to head away. Well, we've been singing the praises of Arda Güler, but the young Turkish dynamo maybe showed signs of his inexperience, being robbed of the ball.
ሻሚኒ ቫልቨርዴ
Rodrigo.
ሮድሪጎ ጎሽ
Was
ፔናልቲ
he taken down? The referee says
Penalty.
yes.
ሮድሪጎ
Just
ፔናልቲ
as he was
አሰጥቷል።
leaving the box, all of his own accord, the leg was stretched out. Real Madrid
ማርሴይ
penalty.
ምንም እንኳን መምራት ቢችልም ይኸው ኋላ ኋላ የፍጹም
Rodrigo's
ቅጣት
a dribbler, isn't he? He's got that low centre of gravity. Once he cuts back inside, it's just that dangling leg.
ቫር
It's
ቫር ቫር
nothing.
ቫር ማየት ይገባል። ይሄ ዳይቭ ነው።
It's a definite
ዳይቭ
penalty
አይደለም ይሄ
there.
ነገር።
His leg got stuck, straight leg, isn't it? From
Yeah.
Costa, who's, I think, been struggling a bit with the pace of this
Yeah,
game.
he has.
ያው ኧረ
Former Atletico player concedes a penalty to his old foes.
ሰጡ ፍጹም ቅጣት ምት።
Well, we know who's taking it. There'll be no bluffing.
እንዴት ቫር አላየውም ይሄን ጨዋታ?
He's 1 out of 1 this season.
ኪሊያን ኤምባፔ
Scored against Osasuna in the opening game in La Liga.
ኦሳሱና ላይ የመጀመሪያ ጨዋታ ላይ ፔናልቲ አግብቷል
7 out of
ኪሊያን
10
ኤምባፔ
last season, his first as a Real Madrid player.
2024 25 7
Here we go
ፍጹም
then.
ቅጣት ምት
Mbappe
መቶ
to try and
አልሳተም።
draw Real Madrid level.
የመጀመሪያ ጎል
Job done. Dispatched.
አቻ 28ኛው ደቂቃ
His 49th goal for the club.
79
Out is it? The goalkeeper really goes
ኪሊያን
the right way, but
ኤምባፔ
so much power on it, right in the corner.
የሚገርም
Great
ቅጣት
penalty from Mbappe.
ምንም ማድረግ አይችልም። ምናልባት ፔናልቲውን ቫር ማየት ነበረበት።
Now maybe the scoreline has a more realistic look
Yeah,
about
okay.
it, judging by the action that we've seen.
አይነሳም። 28ኛ ደቂቃ አቻ
That takes Real Madrid on to 699 goals in the Champions League, which is, as I'm sure everybody would know, a
699
record.
ቻምፒዮንስ ሊግ ግባቸውን ለሪያል ማድሪድ
It'll be
ማስቆጠር
another
ችሏል።
record. The first
Kylian
200
Mbappe.
wins since this competition became the
200
Champions League.
ጨዋታዎችን አሸንፏል ማድሪድ። የሚገርም ስታቲክስ ነው። 200 ጨዋታ ማሸነፍ፣ 700 የቻምፒዮንስ ሊግ ጎሎች ማግባት፣ 15 የቻምፒዮንስ ሊግ ዋንጫዎችን ማንሳት። የመጀመሪያውን ቻምፒዮንስ ሊግ የወሰደው
Carvajal.
ኦሎምፒክ ደ ማርሴይ መሆኗ አይዘነጋም።
Eder Militao.
ሚሊታው ከረጅም ጉዳት በኋላ ዳኒ ካርቫሃል ማስታቱኖ እንዴት ነው የሚሮጠው?
I like
ኤምባፔ ወደኋላ
Mastantuono
ኳስ
again.
ሮድሪጎ ማስታንቱኖ
Rodrigo.
ነው ሜዳውን እያካለለ የሚጫወተው
Mastantuono gets it back and goes through and nearly goes all the way. Found his fellow Argentine really in the way. What a talent.
The goal that
ይህ
was
ልጅ
absolutely
ይህ ልጅ
brilliant
ይህ
play
ልጅ
from Real
ይህ ልጅ ይህ
Madrid.
ልጅ
The way that they interchange positions, how
ልጅ
fluid they are
የተለየ
in the
ልጅ ነው።
movement, and Toronto, like you say, what a talent he is.
ስንት ተጫዋቾችን አልፎ ሄደው
18 years old.
18 ዓመት
Rodrigo's practically a veteran at 24.
ሮድሪጎ ሪያል ማድሪድ የሚያመጣቸው ኮከቦች ይገራረሙ ናቸው።
Through oohs and ahs from the crowd, but really always knew where it was going. A little more animation now in Xabi Alonso. And here's Weah. Marseille will come once more. Emerson, Weah. From Dogbia. Greenwood's waiting on the right-hand side again. I think he's taking some sort of inspiration from Mbappe tonight. Very clever words from De Zerbi yesterday. This is very clever football from Marseille, incidentally.
ስታው ከለከለ ግሪንውድ
Now Greenwood will get there. Coming all the way from the left.
ኤመርሰን 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 ውስጣን ስታውስ ወይች
Greenwood
ግሪንውድ
does get it back.
እዚህ ሜዳ ላይ ማስታቲሪው እና ሰን ግሪንውድ የሚያሳየውን ነገር የተለየ ነው።
Hoisted towards
ከሬዲየስ
Emerson.
ኦሜን ዊሃ
And that's
የእጅ
Kondogbia who
ኳስ
had the effort. Shouting the handball.
ለምን
Quickly joining in blue. Wanting to
ለምን
join in.
ዳኛው ትክክል አሉ። ይህን ኳስ በቫር ማየት አለባቸው።
Never a pen.
Rodrigo. Arda Güler. Mastantuono. Keeps it alive. Just tucked away by Pavard. Mbappe. Chouameni. Rodrigo waits for Carreras to draw a defender away. Chouameni! Where that flew! Great save, Rulli.
Well, this had so much power in the shot. Nobody closes him down and just takes a touch out of his feet, sees where the goalkeeper is, and hardly any backlift on that. And good, strong save from Rooney. Some pace. Yeah, that was the when Marseille wanted to have ball, but you can see his arms clearly tucked in.
Got it tucked in. It came right off the point of the elbow. Judging by what we've seen in Europe's top competitions the last few years, not surprised they asked.
ሮድሪጎ
Rulli's going to get there.
ሩሊ ቹዋሜኒ ምንድን ነው የሚሰራው?
He's tugged out. Oh, he just about stopped himself from giving the yellow card gesture that could get himself in trouble.
Yeah, the corner comes in, commands in, comes up, wins the ball. It's straight at him, and then I just think it's a little touch of the shirt. I'm sure it's enough to go down.
አስፈላጊ
But
ነገር ነው። ቹዋሜኒ የደረው ሚሊታው 33ኛ ደቂቃ አዳቻ በሳንቲያጎ ቤርናቦ
Carreras find a teammate. Only
Emerson.
finds Emerson Palmieri.
ኤመርሰን ፓልሜሪ
Palmieri, he can't find anybody in blue. Carvajal, if you joined the game late, goodness me, where have you been for starters? But there was drama from the start with an Mbappe overhead kick that flew just wide, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold off after just 3 minutes of his Champions League debut for a string strain. That's why Carvajal's on the field. Chouameni
የመጀመሪያ
gets a
ቢጫ
yellow
ካርድ
card.
ቹዋሜኒ
there's no real arguments. Too many there. Stretching for the ball and
ግሪንውድ ይመታል፣ ኤመርሰን ይመታል፣
He's given a
ኦበሜያንግ
reminder by his
ቅጣት
coach
ምት መቺ
yesterday
ነው።
saying he's at an age where he has to
ቲቦ
understand what he wants to
ኮርቱዋ
become.
ግሪንውድ
He's put the free kick in there, didn't want that to become as it
እስከ
did.
ቦሉት ኤመርሰን መልሶ ማጥቃት
Pavard around
ጥሩ
the
ኳስ
outside to win a
ማዕዘን
corner.
ማሳንቱኑ
Lovely bit to play, isn't it? The more you see of him, more of a talent.
ምን አይነት
He's
ኳስ
only going to get
ነው?
better, which is quite
Well, I
scary.
think he's in the right place, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
He's not at a club where, you know, sometimes you see 18-year-olds, you think, well, I hope that schoolyard football isn't coached out of him. I think he can just play.
Yeah. Just thrive, won't he?
የማ-
I feel like getting to grips with Kondogbia and vice versa.
ማዕዘኑት
Valverde
ቫልቨርዴ
away.
ያጸዳ። ማርሴ ግብ ከገባባቸው በኋላ ጥሩ እንቅስቃሴ ነው እያደረጉ ያሉት።
Mbappe still plays like he's knocking it about with his mates. It's a penalty tonight.
ከሬዲስ
He's scored 16 goals in his last 15 Real Madrid games.
የመልስ ውርወራ
44 in his first season, which is the same total he got in his last season with PSG. A lot of talk lately with Alexander Isak's big money move to Liverpool and Erling Haaland rediscovering
ቤኔፊካ ያገኙት ተጫዋች ነው ከሬዲስ።
who is the best striker in the world. Mbappe would point to himself all day long.
54% ለ46 ፖዝ
Be that question.
ኤመርሰን
You were going to say better.
ስጠው እዚህ ቤቱ ኤመር አር-
That's not a
Oh,
bad try.
whoa.
It was always rising from Matt O'Reilly.
መቶ
They are on
ኦራይሊ
loan from Brighton of the Premier League.
ከብራይተን ወደ ማርሴይ የተቀላቀለ
Well
ተጫዋች
deserving as
ነው።
well.
ኦራይሊ መልሶ ማጥቃት አርዳ ጉለር
Arda Güler.
ሮድሪጎ ጎሽ 16 ከ50 ላይ
It's
ሊያደርገው ይችላል።
Rodrigo.
ካላቆመ ከባድ
Trying to be
ነው።
strong, wasn't strong enough to see off Pavard.
ፓቫ
Greenwood.
ጥንቅቅ ያለ
Kondogbia.
ጨዋታ
Kondogbia's caught. Foul
Foul.
committed by Carreras.
ከሬዲስ ፋል ምን አይነት ጨዋታ ነው?
Lost by Webb. No damage done. Emerson. Medina. Valverde. Really goes long. Aubameyang.
ኦባሜያንግ ግቤ
Challenging
ኦባሜያንግ
and does brilliantly
Aubameyang.
against
Goal.
Eder Militao.
ኦባሜያንግ
Couldn't quite
ምን
get his
አይነት
foot
ኳስ ነው
sufficiently
የሰራው?
around the ball to get it inside the post.
I thought it was in and straight from there. The goalkeeper, what a touch this is. And I guess a shot, 36 years old, but he's certainly got that change of pace. And
ዋው
I
ዋው
say
ዋው
just
ዋው
can't bring his
ፔሬሪክ
foot around,
ኦባሜያንግ
but a really good
ሚሊታው
shot to get
ገፍቶታል።
a shot, but still
Good,
able
good.
to get that touch in front of him to be able to get his strike off. Not far away.
Scored in every one of his last 4 games against Madrid. In the Champions League for Dortmund along the way, and
አርዳ
2 in a 4-0 Barcelona win here 3.5 years ago.
ቹዋሜኒ ማስታንቶኖ
Nastantuono
ኤመርሰን
can't
እንዴት ነው
get past
የተቀበለው? አጠረ
Medina or Emerson. It was Emerson on that occasion. Forty minutes have flown by.
40 ደቂቃ
Let's not forget the slow start Madrid made in the combination last
Mbappe,
season. Oh dear, another error.
ቅጣት ምት
Really has to
ግብ
spring into action.
አንድ
It's high-risk
ቲሞቲ
football that
ዊዛ
Marseille play.
በ22ኛው ደቂቃ አንድ ግብ አንዳቻ።
I think he would deserve, even though he wants his team to play that way, would consider some of this too risky.
Yeah, that's too risky. They get the ball in there, and you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to draw Real Madrid out, and then where those spaces are, they then try and exploit. But yeah, there's times where they just need to go long, and when they have gone long, they have caused Real Madrid a few problems.
It's definitely a late challenge. See why Howson might be angered.
Yeah, it's just late, wasn't it, for Aubameyang? Straight away, he put his hand up to apologise to Howson.
The risk of offending Yusu, we used to call those a forwards challenge.
So many of them.
Got there as quick as you could.
Sí, vamos
Muy
Real
bien.
Madrid.
Been dying to try and switch it to the right. It was never
Hola.
on Dogbia, Højbjerg.
Hello,
High risk strategy
Mario
continues, but they're working it well.
Sebastiano. How are you,
Here's
man?
Hart. Greenwood is nearby, maybe nearer than Pavard wanted him to be.
Vamos Real Madrid.
Now he's going.
Hala Madrid.
Aubameyang. Højbjerg. Greenwood.
Yeah, Marseille will win.
Gap appeared for him.
Okay. Let's see. It's half time now. 3 minutes add on.
Way through the first of 3 added minutes. At the end of the first half that ended up being end-to-end.
3 minutes left. 1-1.
Early on. Look at the confidence in the Marseille ranks now. Of course, it can be overconfident. And Dogbia didn't get away with that.
Rodrigo.
Here's
Arda.
Arda
Oof.
Güler too high. Dogbia caught, not for the first time.
No, it keeps happening, doesn't it? And when they do play out of the press and they do get out, then they look dangerous. But there's been so many times that Real Madrid have done this. They've set traps, they've won the ball back high, and when it falls to Güler, I think Mbappe wants the ball back. He just wants it in there, but he's going to shoot from there. Maybe a better option to Mbappe.
Güler, who was robbed of possession for the first goal of the game. Aubameyang's lost possession there.
Counter attack.
I'd rather keep it there.
ዳኛው ምንድን ነው?
Riley found the referee in his way, but still found a way back to Rulli. Medina. Nicely laid off by Weah, the Marseille goal scorer. Now it's Højbjerg.
Højbjerg.
Nowhere near Greenwood. That was a short ball. O'Reilly tries to make amends. Dogbia. Højbjerg.
Greenwood. Hasan Greenwood.
Greenwood with a chance to get into his stride and Pavard supporting.
ያምረው ይሄ ልጅ
Greenwood's going for it.
ጥሩ ሙከራ።
And this perfect playing surface, it was always going to be comfortable for Courtois. He's so lively, Mason Greenwood. The closest thing Marseille have got to Mbappe on the other side.
Yeah, both him and Weah have certainly looked lively when they've gone forward. They've linked up well.
Now a 3-on-2 bounce Madrid.
Mbappe.
It's Mbappe. and
Massachuno. No.
Another chance for the teenager. No way through.
ፋውል ካርባሃል።
That's a Carvajal foul on Højbjerg. Franco Mastantuono
ስታንትኖ ንጹህ ኳስ
with a
መሳተች
wonderful opportunity. He has had by and large a wonderful half.
He's been
አርዳ ብሎ
brilliant, but he's got to. Totti. 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 Totti.
We've got goals in 3 of the 4 matches that kicked off at 2100 hours on day 1 of match day 1 in the UEFA Champions League. 2 of those goals that were scored at the Santiago Bernabeu. It was Marseille that hit the ground running and were rewarded with this.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake in terms of turnover possession. Lula unfortunately just caught a little bit unawares. Greenwood does well to protect the ball and just lay it off, away to then finish. It was a great start by Marseille.
Yeah,
Madrid have absolutely peppered their goal, but haven't managed to get ahead.
Marseille back in the competition for the first time since 22-23, going ahead. However, then conceding this.
I mean, that's a penalty all day. Unfortunately, defenders, you never sort of throw out a dangling leg. If you're not making a short tackle, rather just stay in the feet, readjust. Penalty all day, and Mbappe steps up and does the right thing. Obviously, a lot of enthusiasm.
Yeah, the one thing then, Coach, that stands out for me here is the number of attempts Madrid have already had in the game, the number that have been on target.
Yeah, obviously it shows you who's been the more busier. But I remember they had a similar start from against Stuttgart last season, where Marseille, like Stuttgart, were all over them, and then Real Madrid they won us.
Yeah.
So it's almost a repeat of last season when it comes to the Champions League and Real Madrid, the way they start. So which is quite surprising considering that they've won 4 games in a row in La Liga. Thought maybe momentum should be with them and, almost run over Marseille as far as this is concerned, but it's been actually quite tough in the battle.
Okay, so it is 1-1 at the break. They say over in the tie between Benfica and Karabag. It is the host that lead by 2-1. However, hasn't quite all been one-way traffic.
No, it hasn't. And you kind of thought in the opening about 20 minutes or so that it was going to be, because it was a flying start from the home side in Lisbon. And I mean, this first for me of what Arsenal do with their set pieces, and Barranquilla getting a slight of touches and getting the ball into the back.
Here's my lucky sucker.
Welcome to BetGreat, the great casino and betting platform. Bet on your favorite sports teams with booster bonus up to 350% and get lots of chances to win. Remember, cash out and auto cash out whenever you want. With casino games, you can pilot yourself to greatness with BetGreat on Aviator and more. Refer friends and redeem your free bets with our incredible loyalty program. Join now using promo code GOLD and get your welcome free bet. Experience all this and much more only with BetGreat. Be great. BetGreat.
Showmax is more than just chicken or beef. It's all you can eat anytime, anywhere you like, and at the price you like. That goes for data too, baby. Like using box saving mode when you're watching on a smaller screen or have a slower internet connection. Big movie nights on a big smart TV with babe and want to make a big impression? Kick it all the way up to HD. Babysitting the niece? Grab the tab, and then it's up to Paw Patrol and data saving to save the day. Yep, there's a show and data setting to match every taste. And what? Every Real Housewives episode from every city? Sure.
Emotions from a scored goal. Joy from victory. The game will not stop if you want. While the top football leagues are on pause, discover the world of virtual sports. Feel like the main character of the game in a convenient and simple app. On 1xBet Football. Always with you.
Welcome back to the show. Lando Norris versus Oscar Piastri. The McLarens collide. Impressive from Hadjar this season. Kimi Antonelli, the youngest pole sitter in Formula One history. It's an uphill battle for Max now. Who knows what the second half will bring? What an amazing spectacle.
ሁለተኛው አጋማሽ በሳንቲያጎ ቤርናባው ተጫዋች ቅያሪ ያለም ሁለቱ ቡድኖች ወደ ሜዳ እየገቡ ይገኛሉ።
Welcome back to you and to the Marseille players joining their Madrid counterparts out on the field, and hopefully we've got cracking entertainment to come in the second half. All square at the break. Question is, Sue Smith, can Marseille get a result, a draw or better, playing the way that they have in those first 45 minutes, or will Real Madrid be able to take advantage?
I hope they continue to play the way that they have, because it's been great to watch. It's been fun. They do look a threat when they go forward, but yeah, when they take so many risks at the back, the amount of chances that Real Madrid have took from that, they just haven't been able to be clinical in front of goal. Yeah, they can't keep doing that, I'm sure, or Real Madrid will get, the win here.
All set for the second half in Madrid. Kylian Mbappe gets the ball rolling, and even Real Madrid play that sort of tactic at kickoffs these days. Not quite into the corner, and our PSG and many other teams in Europe. Still the long ball forward for territorial gain is who's left on the bench, and there will be the spectre of Vinicius Junior looming.
That's the thing, it's a strength in depth, isn't it, that Real Madrid have.
That said, Rodrigo preferred tonight has played as though he's got a point to prove.
Yeah. No, he's been excellent.
Free kick Madrid, first yellow card for a Marseille player tonight as well.
መጀመሪያ ቢጫ ካርድ ለማርሴይ ተጫዋች ካሬሬስ
Accepted without fuss by Pavard.
ቤንጃሚን ፓቫርድ
Big touch out of his feet, stretching to
መጀመሪያ
get
ቢጫ
back.
ካርድ
Who scored one of the great World Cup
ባየር
goals in
ሙኒክ ወደ ኢንተር
2018.
ሚላን ከኢንተር ሚላን
In the first
በውሰት
great encounter of the last couple of
ለማርሴይ
World
የሚጫወት
Cups between
ተጫዋች ነው።
France and Argentina.
ቤንጃሚን ፓቫርድ አርዳ ጉለር መሀል ላይ ኪሊያን ምባፔ
Just how positive he is, how confident he is. And then, yeah, to give Mbappe a look.
Good side, isn't
Courtois
it?
Yes.
Just discussing Real Madrid substitutes.
ጆሚኒ
If you weren't aware, they have Camavinga and Bellingham back
Arda
on the bench,
Güler.
possibly a little ahead of schedule tonight.
መስጠቱ ነው። ምን አይነት ኳስ ነው?
Here's
ኤደር
Eder
ሚሊታው
Militao, just
ኪሊያን
behind Mbappe,
Offside.
which allowed the clearance behind for a corner.
ማዘመት ኤደር ሚሊታው የአጥቂዎች ቦታ ላይ እንዴት ተገኘ? አርዳ ጉለር በጃቪ አሎንሶ ተመራጭ ተጫዋች ነው። ማዕዘን በዚህ ሰዓት ላይ
Ashton's up for it. Carvajal up for it. Eder Militao is always up for it. Arda Güler. Keeper Housen at the back. And he's able to knock it across, but nobody
Greenwood.
to get on the end.
Carreras
It's Carreras to tidy up for a Marseille throw-in.
Just a little bit behind Mbappe there.
ማርሴይ ስር
Just
ወይ
needed it in front of him.
Just thinking of that Madrid strength in depth at that corner. No Rudiger for quite a few weeks. He's injured his thigh and is set for a bit of an absence. Hendrick yet to play this season as well due to a hamstring strain.
ሩዲገር እና ኤሪክ
Where Mastantuono has
ጉዳት
started
ላይ
in, but
መሆናቸው
getting back in the squad.
አይዘነጋም። በሪያል ማድሪድ በኩል ቪኒ ጁኒየርም ጉዳት ላይ ነው።
Rulli, who had a mixed first half. Can't skip to beat there.
Kylian Mbappe.
Hernandez. Some excellent saves, but some moments like that with his feet.
ስህተት ሰርቶ ነበር።
Martina turns and finds him again. Oh,
ኦ
he's making me crawl.
Yeah. Real Madrid know that that's what they're going to do. They're going to play the ball back to the goalkeeper. He's going to try and play the ball out. They're just setting traps.
አርዳ
He's walking into them. Arda Güler,
Kylian
Kylian Mbappe had a
Mbappe.
go with the topo, and it's off the bar. It came off Aubameyang. And looped
ራሱ
onto the
ላይ አግኝቶ
crossbar.
ነበር።
The deflection nearly squeezed the ball past. Really. He's thankful that just went
ኮርነር ኪክ አርዳ ጉለር ረጅም ኳስ ኦሜጋ
Aubameyang this time
ጸድቷል።
heads it the right way away.
ቫልቬር 50 ደቂቃ
Arno Carreras. Tchouaméni once more. Trying to get Mbappe going.
ኤምባፔ
It's Pavard across. And back with
Emerson.
Geronimo Rulli.
ዩሊ
I beg your pardon, it was Weah who was tracking back. Verdi, Højbjerg, and now Pavard.
ኦ ፋውል
Greenwood's a little
There it
unlucky
is.
there. He wasn't helped by the pass, and he had to do his best to work and get there
Greenwood.
first. That's Rodrigo. Carreras has lost out. Pavard will get it away. Greenwood's still down.
Yeah, I think he hurt himself. He had to try and get his body in the way, and it was quite unfortunate.
He's done everything right.
Yeah.
Tchouaméni. It's a rise he's had. Arda Güler. Carvajal. Really holds it.
Just Rod Güler and the way that he finds space just there in between the defence and the midfield. Such a clever player.
Put out by Carvajal and Eder Militao. Mbappe.
ሮድሪጎ
Rodrigo.
ቫልቨርዴ ካሬሬስ ሮድሪጎ ጎሽ ቫልቨርዴ ቹዋሜኒ የረጅም ኳስ ማስታንቱኖ
Mastantuono.
ኦ
Really makes the save. Knew where that was going. Reassuring glance across towards
ቅያሪ
Mbappe to get the thumbs up, the nod of the head. You keep going. And they look
ከማሪንጋ
across to see Vinicius Junior getting ready as well. Mastantuono again. Mbappe, lovely touch. He's got it back.
ኤምባፔ
And
አውጡት።
that's a great challenge by
Yeah.
Valverde.
ኦባሜያንግ
Aubameyang
ቢጫ
falls
ካርድ
to the ground. That's going to be the easiest yellow card the referee will give all season.
ቢጫ ካርድ
Uses all his experience there, doesn't he, Aubameyang?
Eder Militao was not letting go.
No, he wasn't. Just needed to do that as the ball goes up there. It has to stick, and this was the challenge on Mbappe. It's a brilliant challenge. Has to time it to perfection. Yeah, his studs are slightly raised, but he's on the ball, isn't he? He gets the ball well.
It's been looked at again and again and again, just because of the fact that the boot comes on
Foul
the top
is
of the ball
Zam.
and then just catches Mbappe. But
ኪሊያን ኤምባፔ
I think that was okay.
Yeah, I do.
ኤደር
Eder
ሚሊታው
Militao's
ቢጫ
rugby
ካርድ
challenge wasn't. I think he was just low enough, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah. You always look at it, don't you? Studs are raised, but I just think he touches the ball and then maybe goes over the top of the ball. You can see it here. Mbappe, so quick. The way that he moves
ኳስ
the
ጋር
ball and
ምንም
he's
አላደረገውም።
got his eyes on the ball. And you can see there he
ዳኛው
touches the ball and
ለማስረዳት የሚሞክረው ምንድን
catches
ነው?
Mbappe, but I think he gets enough of the ball.
When you're looking at it forensically like that again and again, then surely that tells you it's okay.
ጭንቀትሽ ዣቢ አሎንሶ
In the commentary positions, we have the monitors that tell us when there's a VAR check underway, and nothing came up on my screen.
ቫር ቫር ሊያዩ አይችልም።
I don't think Mbappe's
What's
too bothered
going
now
on,
that he's
though?
been patched up and okay to continue. I just made that a
Mbappe
brilliant bit of
would have
defending
made
by
a
the Marseille
foul as well.
captain.
Definitely.
ቪያ
Kondogbia,
ዶግቢያ
Pavard,
ዶግቢያ ፌሬሪክ ኦባሜያንግ ዋንተቹ የሚገርም ነው።
Olivier
ኦባሜያንግ
run through to Aubameyang. Look at
Classic.
Weyer on the left.
ዋው
Going to glance
Yeah.
up now and see Aubameyang coming
ኡ
again, and stinging the hands of Courtois.
ልብስ
Here's Olivier. Madrid have the numbers back now,
ኦቤ
and the flag is up
Offside.
in their favour as well.
It's a really good attempt though by Marseille. Starts from Aubameyang, wins the ball, takes it out to Weyer and probably a little bit too
Courtois.
close to Courtois. Just needed to be either
It's
side,
a
gets the
ring,
power on it,
yeah,
but not quite the accuracy.
One of those where he just concentrated on the strike.
Yeah.
Second spell at Marseille after being away for one season in the Saudi Pro League with Al Qadsiya. Scored 30 goals for them 2 seasons ago. Marseille, that is. He's already got 2 this season. Plenty of goals left in him. Valverde. Dogbia battling for it. Greenwood loses his fight with Carreras. Rodrigo. Mastantuono. Good challenge.
ኤመርሰን
Emerson wins the ball.
ዊያ
Weyer carries it forward. So Riley going across to the right. Danish international finds Mason Greenwood.
ግሪንውድ ማንቸስተር ዩናይትድ ለዚህ ልጅ መቆጨት ይኖርባቸዋል። ብሪያን ኤምቤሞ
Greenwood took the
እንዲሁ
safe
አመድ
option there.
ያለው
There might have been
ቦታ ላይ
a little
መጫወት
hole he
የሚችሉ
could have driven through.
9 ቁጥር አጥቂ መሆን የሚችል ልጅ ነው መሰል ግሪንውድ።
Olivier.
ያሳዝን ነው። ዶግቢያ ረጅም ኳስ ግሪንውድ ተቆጣጠረው።
Supporting run from O'Reilly. Greenwood
ኦራሊ ኦፍሳይድ
taking on Carreras again and
Good.
again, and he didn't
Oh.
do badly. Trying to find Aubameyang at the back post.
ኤምባፔ ከቀደመው
Bellerdi, there's a shove in the back from Mbappe. That would be a free kick. Ref's happy for Marseille just to continue whilst they have possession.
ካርድ ማየት
He
ነበረበት።
was ready to give it.
ካርድ ማየት ነበረበት ኪሊያን ኤምባፔ። ለምንድን ነው ዳኛው ያሽቀበጠው?
And Bellerdi's now gone down just as Rooney gets the game going again. That was all a bit unnecessary.
ምንድን ነው ማየት ነበረበት ካርድ። ኪሊያን
When a keeper's
ኤምባፔ
taking that long, the ref should say, well, okay, I'll have a
ሰዓት
free kick.
እያባከንክ ነው ጭራሽ
I don't know,
አላየንም።
I'm not really sure. This was where he got injured, wasn't it? I think, does he just fall awkwardly, or
ገፍቶታል።
maybe just touches his Achilles? I don't know, but just thought he was okay and then just decided to go down.
He took a seat just as the goalkeeper was playing it out.
Yeah.
The way Rooney's been with his passing out, it's not really an advantage.
Pochettino substituted off.
Well, here's Madrid's second
Yes,
change.
yeah.
They lost Trent Alexander-Arnold to a hamstring strain early on. Oh, hang
No,
on,
no, no.
hang on.
አቆየው
Xabi Alonso's changed his
ላቢ
mind. The sheet's gone in. Brahim Diaz for
Brahim Diaz.
Mastantuono. And it seems as though Xabi Alonso did not sanction that.
መለሰው ማስታንቱኑን ዣቢ አሎንሶ
Just talking to his coaching team there, and
He was having strong words with Sebastian Pereira as though to say, what have you done? That's not what I wanted.
very rarely see that, do you?
Well, I feel for Brahim Diaz.
do
He
as
must
well.
feel really low now.
Yeah.
ኦግዶ ግቢያ ኡፍ ዋንተቻቸው የሚገርም ነው።
Greenwood.
አስን ግን ይሩን እዛውን አልፎ ነው የምትበላቸው ስህተት
Well, the law of football tells us that Mastantuono will now score within the next couple of minutes. If he does, Alonso is the genius we thought he might be.
I don't think that's happened.
Chouameni,
Tchouaméni Carreras ረጅም ኳስ
he's going to carry on here. He stopped him.
ፈናው ነው የተቀበላቸው 53% ማርሴይ ኳስ ቁጥጥር
Greenwood, did he want the ball there?
ቪኒሲየስ ጁኒየር
Now there will be a Madrid change, two of them.
ብራሂም
And
ዲያዝ
Alonso is fully invested in this one. It will be Brahim Diaz and it will be Vinicius Junior. It's getting all the
Dizeri.
more intense. On a hot and sticky night in Madrid, the roof's on at the Bernabeu. It just makes things even more sweltering inside.
ኮርቷ ረጅም ኳስ ኤመርሰን
You
ፋርሚሊ
ever play in a stadium with a roof on?
ውዱ
Thought there might
ግቢያ
have been one in China at the World Cup
እንዴት ነው የሚጫወቱት
2007.
በፈጣሪ
Can't remember.
Yeah, you're right, actually. You've got a better memory than me. I was going to say
Yeah.
no.
ስጠው ግቢያ
May have just felt like there was a roof on.
Definitely.
ማስታወቂያ
Vinicius Junior to come on and raise the roof for Real Madrid. And it will be Mastantuono who goes off now to be replaced as scheduled
ሮድሪጎ
by
እና
Brahim Diaz. And
ማስታንቱኖ
Rodrigo
ወጥተዋል
makes way too.
I think both have played well, haven't they? They both certainly had an impact, in particular in that first half. But can you look at the players that are coming on? This is Junior and Diaz. Different profile of player now for Marseille to try and cope with, defend against.
ብራሂም ዲያዝ እና
Vinicius
ቪኒ
Junior
ጁኒየር
has scored 8 goals in his last 10 Champions
ተቀይረው
League
ገብተዋል በዚህ
appearances.
ሰዓት ላይ
Go back to
ጨዋታው
Earth, much
63ኛ
further back
ደቂቃ
to
ላይ
find
ነው
out his
የውጤት
consistency.
ለውጥ የለም
In
አንድ
his last
አቻ
45 games in this
ኪሊያን
competition,
ምባፔ
he's
በፍጹም ቅጣት
been
ምት
involved in
እንዲሁም
43 goals. He scored
Timothy
25, created
Weah
another 18. And he starts as a
ያገባቸው
sub,
ግቦች
just for tonight anyway.
ሁለት አንድ አቻ ፋውል
It's a free kick. And an O'Reilly foul on
ወይሰን ላይ
Howson.
ሮዋ ላይ
Hit against each other last season, but Bournemouth and Brighton down on the English
ይሄ
south coast.
የበርንማውዝ ተከላካይ የነበረ ተጫዋች ነው። ረጅም ኳስ
Howson.
ዲኒ ሆይሰን ለዳኒ ካልቫሃል በእጁ
Pushed awkwardly off Brahim
ብራሂም
Diaz
ዲያዝ
twice there.
የመጀመሪያ ንክኪ። ማርሴ እንዴት ነው የሚጫወቱት? በፈጣሪ
Weah.
መስመር ላይ ዊሃ
That
ኦባሜያንግ
crossed the line, apparently not.
ኮርቷ
Courtois reads it really quickly.
ፈጥኖ ነው
That was
የወጣው።
some lovely little ball through there with the outside of his boot.
ይህን ኳስ ቢያገኘው ጨርሶ ነበር
Just looking
የሚመለሰው።
for Aubameyang, but Courtois just anticipated that, knew what was happening.
እርዳ ሬስ የቤኔፊካ ግብ ተከላካይ
Kondogbia.
የማንቸስተር ዩናይትድ አካዳሚ ውጤት ነው።
For a mixed first half, he's not put a foot wrong in the second.
በ2023/24 ውድድር ዘመን መጀመሪያ ለቤኔፊካ ሸጦታል። ማንቸስተር ዩናይትድ
Misplaced.
ከሽያጭ 11 ሚሊዮን አግኝቷል።
Aubameyang
ኦባሜያንግ ድካም
immediately assessing where the help's going to come from.
የ36
How
ዓመት
close
ተጫዋች
Eder Militao is to him.
ክላሲስ ፐርማነንት
And
ኦሎስ
he was lucky and unlucky all in one movement there. See, glancing across towards the touchline,
Qiyari.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I wouldn't be surprised.
ያ
First change is going to see Matt O'Reilly replaced by Igor Paixão. Now Aubameyang is going to have to continue because the next change is to see Kondogbia make way for
Kondogbia
Artur Vermeeren.
እና ኦሪዮሊ ኮንዶግቢያን ማውጣት
That's a
አልነበረበትም።
straight swap in the holding midfield role. And Igor Paixão, who came on as a sub on Friday against Lorient for his Marseille debut, now gets his first game in the Champions League for them. A record
ፖዦቪያ
35 million euro signing for the club from Feyenoord.
የከፌኖርድ ያመጡት
Brazilian
ልጅ ነው።
forward.
ብራዚላዊ
18 goals for the
Vermeeren.
Rotterdam club last season.
ስድስተኛው ደቂቃ
So
We are
like
good.
for like in midfield, and then Paixão for O'Reilly.
70 ሚኒት
I think tells you
So around
that De Zerbi's
70
only going
minutes.
to go for it even more.
ሆነ
There he is.
ሳንቲያጎ
I don't know if maybe
በርናባው
Mason Greenwood's gone a little bit more central, just playing off Aubameyang.
ሆይሰን ረጅም ኳስ ለዳኒ ካርቫል
Yeah, of course. You know, he's gone for that attacking presence in there. He's no way is he sitting back.
ረጅም ኳስ ቪኒ የመጀመሪያ ኳስ
Here's
ንክኪ
Vinicius Junior.
ኡ፣
Keeps his balance,
ትርምስ
but not the ball.
Nice.
Pavard is poised, he gets it away. It's bounced off Greenwood a
Greenwood.
little bit, and it
Nice.
didn't help Pavard as a result.
ጅሮራ ቪኒ ጁኒየር
All boys did their job there brilliantly for Madrid.
Ooh.
Vinicius Junior's won a corner, it really caught Marseille out. One ball out, another one back in an instant. Even they're trained.
የማዕዘን ምት ግሪንውድ አርሴን እርዳ
Little touch on.
ኡ፣
Superb defending that.
ከመስመር ላይ ነው ያወጣው።
I think it's Emerson.
Yeah, I think it is.
የመርሳት
Just
ፓልሜሪ
whipped in at the near post, and it's a
Ooh.
lovely flick through from Carvajal and defending from Emerson there.
ታፒን ነበር የመርሳት ወደ ጎል 42 እግሩ ነው የሚጫወተው።
Wants to sort something out here. And it's only escalating. He's trying to calm something down. There didn't seem to be a lot happening, but now Ruli's on the floor. What happened here? It's Carvajal who he's engaged with. And Carvajal, does he lean into him there?
Red card.
There's certainly a
Must
movement
red card Carvajal.
there. It's not enough to send Rooney down. It might be enough to have Carvajal in deep trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. You just can't do that. You can't move your head towards a player. I don't think it's enough to send
No,
Rooney down.
it's
Rooney
definitely
couldn't.
an overreaction.
It must
but,
be
but,
red
as
card
you say,
for
and you could see the
Dani
move. He was
Carvajal.
the aggressor.
Yeah.
I think we know what's coming here.
Yeah.
The VR is now looking at it. Dennis Higler of the Netherlands is in the chair tonight. And he will, I'm sure in a moment, ask Irv van Pelsto to go to the screens and have a look for himself.
It's just silly, isn't it, from Carvajal? Such an experienced player. He knows exactly what's going to happen.
It's a brush.
Oh, it's nothing.
20
Varchik.
years ago,
What is the
nothing to say,
potential
get
red
on with
card?
it.
Yeah.
By the way the game is
Committed by
now,
Dani Carvajal.
I think he knows. I think
He knows it must be a
Well,
red
Rooney
card.
could have done him a favour and just stayed on his feet and maybe nothing would have happened. But the fact he's gone down, the fact that
Alas
he's moved his
lagi
head towards him,
kicking of Dani
and this is a
Carvajal.
red card.
And I think it's now sinking into Dani Carvajal. There was a lot of shaking of the heads, a lot of he doesn't go down, that's soft, etc. And now he... Well, let's see. Let's see how the officials are minded this evening. There's the instruction for Irv van Pelsto. And here he goes. He's going to take a look. Dennis Higler thinks it's red. Sue Smith thinks it's red. I think Dani Carvajal thinks it's red.
Yeah, he does.
That tells us nothing. Show the whole sequence in real time. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah.
Zinedine Zidane goes in the 2006 World Cup final. Dani Carvajal goes for that tonight.
Just can't do it.
The ref's taken his time, which is the right thing to do.
Red
Make
card.
absolutely certain, but here we go.
Red card.
Red card
Red card.
for the Real Madrid skipper,
Red
who
card
came on
for
after just 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I
Dani
beg your pardon.
Carvajal.
Trent
Totally.
Alexander-Arnold
Trent
forced off with a
Alexander
hamstring
Arnold
injury,
kayo
and now
about
Dani
Dani Carvajal.
sent off too
Red
soon.
card.
A moment that he pretty
Sama
much instantly
andainya udah
regretted.
kita Real Madrid dan masih blessing in disguise.
And the referee, you can see, is a little reluctant. This is one of the great players of the game. 433 games for Real Madrid. It's only the third time he's seen red. And the ref explaining, I've got no alternative. Carvalho's still trying to explain his part, but he knew straight away.
Yeah, I think he's saying that he does go down too easily, really, but you just know that you can't do that.
And that's what started
Yeah,
it.
it was, which is nothing. But it is just a movement towards him, isn't it? That's, as soon as the referee sees that, that's it.
And aren't you footballers lovely? Everybody straight away waving. Look at this, look at this. As you would do, as you would. Well, Real Madrid down to 10, and still 18 minutes of the 90. Forget that, there'll be 20 odd left of this. Articuno is the player who has to make way. He's not happy about that. But a defender they need, and Raul Asensio is the they put on. In comes the Madrid corner at the end of all that. Howson's header is looped over the top. Going forward, a bit more of a problem for Real Madrid. Trent Alexander-Arnold's pulled his hamstring, and Dani Carvajal won't be playing for the next 3 Champions League games. Doesn't have to play at Kairat Almaty. Or at home to Juventus, or away to Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold might be back for that, I would think.
Just hope it's not a long hamstring injury. It's just a tweak.
Well, the good thing is he knew straight away and indicated straight away, and
Yeah.
the medical team agreed. So can Marseille make the most of their player advantage? Defensively, Madrid will still be just as hard to break through because of the substitution that was made with Raul Asensio coming on. He's been taken on here by Weah, not for long though. Vermeeren. Movement from Emerson. Weah decides not to go that way. That's a lovely touch. Well, Damian's unlucky in not being able to find Greenwood. Offside anyway.
Yeah, that's really unlucky. You can see exactly what he's trying to do. Just flick it round to Greenwood, who's coming off the line. As the ball comes into him. Offside.
Free kick. And that goes to his pocket again, this time to show yellow with Brahim Diaz. The player fouled, yeah, Emile Højbjerg.
Oui, carte.
Standing in front of the ref. It's not his yellow, the yellow has gone to Facundo Medina.
Facundo
So that's my first one, I'm
Medina.
not sure it is, but
Carte.
the first one that's been noted. Valverde.
Diaz.
Valverde ploughing on. There's Mbappe.
Mbappe.
It can happen to anyone.
አስራ አምስት ደቂቃ ስታዲዮ ሳንቲያጎ
Vinicius
ቪኒ
Junior.
ጁኒየር
3 to beat. There was no way through for him.
ማርሴ አቻው በቂ ነው በዚህ
That's just too careless. That's only going to increase
No,
the noise of
careless
the Madrid
አይደለም።
fans and try and get them to turn this game back
Timothy
around in their
Weah,
favour.
good.
Tim Weah has an issue. It's a cramping issue.
Yeah, I think it is just crap. He's worked so hard. Not only going forward, but also getting back and helping his team out.
It's going to go off now. I mean, really, he's going to come on. He's just caught by Carreras, but I think it was more the cramp that's going to force him on when Emerson's going off as well.
ኤመርሰን ፓልሜሪ እና ቲሞቲ ዊሃ
Two players new to Marseille.
መከላከሉን ማጠናከር የፈለገ ይመስላል በዚህ ሰዓት ላይ። ጉዌሮ እና
Comes Guiri and on
ሙሪሎ
comes Murillo.
ሙሪሎ የሚባል የኖቲንጋም ፎረስት ተጫዋች አለ።
Vinicius Junior.
ቪኒ 16
Vermeeren. Sliding interception.
እጅም ኳስ
Red cards can change games. Carvajal's won't change the pattern of this. Real Madrid might only have 10, but they will keep on pushing. And Marseille, well, they would have done anyway.
ስህተቶች የማይፈጠሩ ከሆነ
Nelson to Chouameni.
ግብ የሚያገባ አይመስለኝም።
Challenge by Pavard. See what his experience is bringing to Marseille.
ቪኒ
Vinicius Junior
ጁኒየር
running up Valverde. Forcing a save from Rulli.
ሩሊ
Listen to the noise now in favour of the home team.
Çok
There's
basit.
Valerde keeping it in. Vermeeren. It's all a
Beni
bit too
baca,
tight, too close
beni
between
baca,
he and
beni baca.
Greenwood. Vinicius Junior.
Beni.
Tchouameni demands it. Mbappe's flick.
Oh.
Vinicius Junior.
No,
That
meci
handball
quasi
was
penalty.
certainly a very good tackle in the first place, but it did catch
Penalty.
the hand.
What the fuck?
And a penalty is given to Madrid.
The fuck? Acho que
Facundo
pata.
Medina who slid in but then put his hand
Medina.
on the ball.
Medina. يودك أكو من اللي هرقوا يكلال.
I don't know. This is harsh, guys.
First impressions is that it feels that way, but
Oh,
there we go.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's sliding in obviously to win the
Oh,
ball.
you're
It's a
technology.
really good challenge on Vinicius Junior, but it's just that swipe, isn't it? Or that movement towards the ball with his hands.
It
It's
does
still-
seem incredibly unlucky.
Yeah. It's just.
Oh, is that? Can see why it's been given, but I just wonder if there might be another request to go and have another look, or maybe it's not enough to meet the threshold of overturning. I think by UEFA competition standards, that's probably going to stand.
Vara.
Does he know anything about
No,
it?
that's the thing. I think it's just that movement as he slides in, wins the ball,
No,
and as
Var.
the ball's bouncing, he does move his arm towards
Penalty
it. That would
awarded
be what.
to Real
Well,
Madrid.
that's straight away what
But
the
I
official
don't
sees.
Sam.
yeah, it's going to be a penalty. I don't think he
Sam.
knew where the ball was.
Fair.
You've got to feel for him.
Fair.
Well, Madrid experiencing
Really?
all sides of it here. Down to 10, feeling a little bit in despair. And now Mbappe has the chance to. There's too long to go to say win it. But to certainly make Madrid firm
Medina.
favourites once more.
Medina. Mustafa.
He scored from the spot once. His next goal will bring up a half century for Real Madrid.
Goal.
And he's got it.
Goal. Kylian. Score it
Really
now.
guessed right. Really thought 100th of a second will have thought he'd saved it.
Merilo.
But Real Madrid
Medina.
have ridden the waves to lead 2-1.
I thought really it's.
ሰማንያኛው
saved that
ደቂቃ
yes, the
ሪያል
right
ማድሪድ
way,
ሁለት
get hands to it, but
ኦሎምፒክ ደ
just
ማርሴይ
enough power
አንድ
to take it past him.
አላስፈላጊ
This is the penalty again.
ፔናልቲ
Really
ነው
harsh. But here's the penalty from Mbappe. Guesses the right way,
በላኛው
gets
ይዞት
a hand
ነበር
to it,
ነገሩ
but it's just too much power. You can see Mbappe's looking to see which way he goes and still goes the same way.
Just needed the hand to be slightly stronger, to hit the middle of the palm and not the edge. Real relief around the Bernabeu. Plenty of time left in this one. And Madrid are a man down and a goal up. Don't leave it yet. Marseille have pushed from the start to their detriment occasionally. Now they need another couple of pushes right the way through to the finish. Team that has lost 18 of its last 21 games in the Champions League. Or should I say a club? This is a new team under Roberto De Zerbi. I don't fancy their chances of getting out of the league phase into the knockout stages, no matter what happens tonight result-wise. It'll be fun watching them try. Guiri. Get all the way through. Pavard comes off his heel. Valerde to Greenwood. Vermeeren. Muy bien, Vermeeren. Pavard. And then Militao, who spins and heads the ball out of play. Greenwood. Doing it again. They had 10 plays in La Liga the weekend at Real Sociedad after just over half an hour played. And they saw it out to win 2-1. A little bit different. They had a 2-0 lead in that one. Greenwood. Howson, the player sent off on the weekend, but he's there tonight. Greenwood. Little touch back in. Havard wanted a bit too long to get it under his control. Chouameni. Howson. That was Medina. He hasn't fully dealt with it. Mbappe. Brahim Diaz now. Mbappe jinks through. Brahim Diaz. Straight at Rooney. Ticking around towards 85 minutes is Igor Paixão. Guiri. Vermeeren. Højbjerg finds Mason Greenwood. Greenwood has the chance. Courtois makes the save. And now Real Madrid will try and open up Marseille like a can of sardines. Vinicius. Mbappe. They're into control mode.
Yeah, they are. That's the problem, isn't it? When Marseille commit players forward, that's where Real Madrid will hit you on the counter.
Up comes Rulli and waves his players forward and wants greater effort before the end. Let's say even greater effort. Vermeeren. To Igor Paixão. This wasn't read by Murillo. Laid up by Guiri. Here's Igor Paixão. Højbjerg. Back with Højbjerg. He can't stumble through, and Igor Paixão has latched at that.
He's put his arms up there. Paixão, he knows he should have done better. This is the chance earlier for Real Madrid. Straight to the goal for Rooney. Just needs to go underside, isn't it? So I would say.
CJ Egan-Riley has replaced Benjamin Pavard for the last few minutes for Marseille. English defender, signed from Burnley, part of their push to get back into the Premier League last season. Started out at Manchester City. I think his fourth Marseille game, and he was sent off in one of them at Lyon at the end of August. There's Greenwood. And here's Paixão. That was pinpoint. Murillo. Corner conceded by Brahim Diaz. No Madrid fan is sitting comfortably. Not yet. 4,000 from the south of France are still making an almighty noise. Too high for Murillo. Just a little unexpected for Greenwood.
Yeah, I think think it come through bodies. He only saw it late and get any sort of connection on it.
Courtois takes his time. Madrid are 1 minute plus stoppage time away from their 200th win in the Champions League and an opening game win on their quest to win the competition for the 10th time and be champions of Europe for a 16th. Brahim Diaz back to Fede Valverde. He's had one of those ghost games, Valverde. You don't notice him, but he's done everything right.
Yeah, it's just such a athlete, isn't he? Work rate is phenomenal. He has that impact going forward, but also defensively as well. Yeah, just quietly goes about his business.
Started the night with the captain's armband briefly. He's going to finish it with it as well after Carvajal's red card. He's teasing Murillo here. How many minutes was it? We missed that. Seven. At least 7 more. And still hope for Marseille. More the chance for Madrid to properly wrap this up. Here's Valverde, but can't go any further. Throw in Marseille. The argument there between Brahim Diaz and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Højbjerg with a slip. Egan Riley with possession. Medina. Vermeeren. Here's Pajal. Direct and positive. Trying to pull it across. Stopped from doing so by Raul Asensio. Marseille corner. This was it. Højbjerg's angry verbal volley at one of the ball boys is what upset Brahim Diaz. Højbjerg had shown his frustration because every Madrid throw, the ball's come back in an instant, and there it went missing. Told you they'd been trained. Decent delivery, helped on. There's Greenwood. Just met it at the wrong time.
Yeah, he did. It's a good corner for the near post. Flicked on, and as it falls to him, he's just leaning back and, like you say, the contact. Brilliant from Højbjerg there. Like a well-worked corner, something that they clearly practiced in training, and just gets the strike ball wrong.
You're the player, you've got to interpret
Yeah, I
that.
was just going to say, I don't know. I was trying.
Courtois got an awful lot of turf in his boots all of a sudden. Taking time to clear it. I suspect had it been 1-1, they would have been clean. The challenge isn't clean in the ref's view. Raul Asensio takes the bump. He was mid-air. So a little bit naughty that from Ami Guiri. Even in rugby, you're not supposed to challenge whilst the ball's in the air. And then there's a bit of follow-up as well. He knew where his boots were there. The ref sees that it's a yellow card, but it's never enough to be looked at for anything more.
No.
Vinicius Junior, but well over him. 3.5 minutes left for Marseille to get something which they would treasure to take back home with them. And for Madrid to hang on to the 3 points that they desperately want to kick off yet another Champions League quest. Demir. Medina. Egan Riley. Medina. Sure, Marseille will have something to say about the penalty award against him that looked to have won the game for Madrid, but not just yet. Greenwood. Højbjerg. Paixão. Great roar from Eder Militao as he just got to it, flicked it behind. Happy with his work. Roberto De Zerbi just hoping now that something can happen from this. Drama at the end on match day one of an 8-game league phase. Great delivery. Oh, Valerde couldn't get over it. Don't think there'll be many more chances now.
Just mistimed his jump. Good delivery, out swinging corner. Manages to connect with it, but jumps all wrong.
What might have been. Stands, it's going to be the same result that he had on his previous visit here as a coach with Shakhtar Donetsk in November 2021. 2-1 defeat. 2 goals scored by a Frenchman. Then it was Benzema. Now it's Mbappe. Bounced away from Greenwood. Egan Riley is caught there by Carreras. Free kick Marseille. 30 seconds to go. Yellow card for Alvaro Carreras. 6.5 minutes into stoppage time. Well, they can toss up as the competition goes on. He is high there. It's not their way, but they've got to just go forward now and launch Marseille, surely. 10 seconds. It's got to go. Here's Vermeeren. Not that way. And I think Højbjerg shouted at him to tell him that. It is all over. And Real Madrid won. Well, a game that had a bit of everything has gone the way of the Champions League's eternal kings.
And they give absolutely everything. They cause Real Madrid problems, which we said they would do, of course. Real